I know it's been a while since I posted, I posted something that could at least entice y'all, which is a cat video, one of the things that makes me happy in this meaningless life. But let me give you all some clarity. This video, and I intend on making a series, at least consisting of 10 videos, because sadly, one of the YouTubers that I watch, I don't think he considers himself a black pillar, but he speaks a lot of truths. His channel has a lot of videos, like 3.4K. He expresses himself, he posts his music and all that. Expresses his opinions, and I don't know if you know this guy, but he goes by the name of T.SIZZLE. Yeah, if it rings any bells, maybe you can drop in the comments down below. But this is a video, and I'm gonna be focusing on this first, and then I'll go back to my own personal topics. These kinds of videos are gonna be made in hopes that YouTube sees this and watches this, so that they will bring back his channel, because sadly his channel got taken down for no valid reason. His channel actually got struck once. Well, I guess striked once, when he's supposed to get 3 strikes and then it gets terminated, right? According to the YouTube policy, it says there itself. So yeah, after 1 strike, his channel got taken down, and what he did in that video that he uploaded wasn't that serious. It was just him messing around with his brother, his cousin or something like that, according to him. So yeah, and this video is gonna be titled, according to what I've learned from some of the videos that I watched from his channel, to show YouTube, to convince, at least I hope it convinces YouTube, that I learned things from him, just like a lot of his viewers have. A lot of his viewers have watched his videos and then they learned things from him. Some go to his channel and watch his videos for like a daily dose of T.SIZZLE, kind of like me as well, but I also learn a lot of things. But even though, despite him posting 3.4K videos, 3,400 or more than that, I only know 10, which is a shame. That's why I want to make 10 videos, is because one title per video, it's not all in this video, otherwise it'll be too long and it won't be digestible for a lot of you. Whatever, I don't mind making it into a series kind of thing, or episodes. I'll make it into 10 videos. So the title is as goes. As you saw, like-minded people don't really mean they're gonna click with one another, in parentheses, and I've written this down so that I won't forget. Neurodivergent people liking similar stuff. Neurodivergent people, parents may argue sometimes, and he says he guarantees that a lot of people's parents argue often, etc. So yeah, T.SIZZLE, if you're watching this, maybe you can agree with it also. And another thing I'd like to preface is that sadly he did not save a lot of his videos, only some, so a lot of the data has been lost. He even begged YouTube to at least let him download his data. You can go check out his backup channel that I put in the community post. Yeah, go give him a subscribe, go give him some support. You can go follow him on Twitter and all that. You can maybe perhaps coerce and persuade YouTube to return his channel on Twitter, because for some reason, or X, Twitter is also known as X, for some reason, the only way, if not one of the ways, or I should say one of the ways, if not the only way to communicate or contact YouTube is through X or Twitter, which is ridiculous. And if I'm not mistaken, you're not even contacting the real authorities of YouTube. You're only communicating with the the customer service kind of thing, the subordinates and all that. You're not even talking with the director or anything, because they make the rules. The one you're talking to is just like the lower ones, the lower tier. You're not speaking with the middle tier, you're not speaking with the top tier. So yeah, as the title goes, okay, YouTube, listen up. And if T.SIZZLE is watching this, I'm sure he can confirm this also. What I learned from watching his videos is like-minded people may not like each other. Yeah, that's true. I agree. I felt that feeling also, just because we are different, we are weirdos, we are the outcasts, but all in all, we still like our respective things. Just like they may like anime, I don't really like anime, and I'm being serious. I'm not giving an example. I mean, I am, but at the same time, I'm also being real. Sorry. I'm also actually being real when I say I don't like anime that much, because it's boring. So, kind of like that. Or I might like cars, and then someone else that's neurodivergent or weirdo doesn't think like me. I mean, it thinks like me, but doesn't really like the exact same stuff or similar stuff as I do. I like cars, that person may not like cars. I like video games, that person might not like video games, or vice versa. That's true. And then going back to the parents part, even though parents are like together, they fell in love they got down and dirty behind closed doors, and then they reproduced, and then they had their child or children. But you see, even though you may believe that they're made for each other, it depends. Not necessarily and not all the time that parents are made for each other, and that's why they argue, that's why they are distant from each other, emotionally detached and all. But they stay with each other for the kids and all, or the situations, the dire situations. So they stick with one another. But that don't really mean that they love each other like they used to in the first place from the beginning when they were young, right? So that's what T.SIZZLE is trying to say. And he also said that I guarantee you, your parents argue all the time. Maybe not all the time per se, just every now and then. Maybe there's some disputes. But yeah, what he says is correct. And maybe we can like group up with one another, us neurodivergent people, the weirdos, the different ones, but all in all, we still are a little separate and detached from one another, because we still like our respective stuff, right? You may like a certain food, I may not like a certain food. You may like a certain beverage, I may not like a certain beverage, whatever it is. So we shouldn't get our hopes up too high, where we find someone else that is like a weirdo as us, neurodivergent, and then we get so excited. We are over the moon, on cloud 9, and then we just want to bond with them, be a little intimate, almost a no diddy kind of thing. Just kidding. But we still like our respective stuff. We can't force one another to like this and not like this. We can't force one another to not do this and do this, what we can and cannot do, or what we cannot do and can do. You cannot do this, you can do this. Who are you again? Yeah, exactly. Let's just be chill and be harmonious with one another despite our differences. Overlook our differences, overlook our dissimilarities, and try to live and harmonize with one another. And they come together and then we build something memorable, momentous, if that's the right word. if there's even such a word. Momentous, memorable, cherishable. Yeah. So T.SIZZLE, if you're watching this, let me know if I'm right. That's along the lines of what you said, from your video. Like-minded people don't always click with one another. Even boyfriends and girlfriends, they come and go. People come and go. You thought you could bond with them for a long time, in the long run, for a long term. Not necessarily. They have different timings, they have different wants and needs, they have different paths, directions, they have different aspirations, and it should be respected. All due respect, you shouldn't try to stop and be a hindrance to one another. No. If they want to go and part ways and separate ways and all that, then let them be. We shouldn't back them. We shouldn't do everything in our power to prevent them from leaving. No. It's inevitable. They're gonna find some way to leave eventually anyways, Just let them go. Nothing is forever, nothing lasts. It's ever changing. Change is constant. So we have to make peace with it. We have to live with it. Because as much as I hate to say this phrase, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It is what it is. That's just how it is, right? It's imbued and it's ingrained in our DNA and biology, anatomy and physiology. That's just how us living things, mammals and whatnot are. Animalia, the kingdom of Animalia. We always want to find connection, communion, tribe, and then we also gotta learn the aspects and the truths that nothing lasts forever, We have to get used to it. We have to go with the flow, take what resonates with us and leave the rest behind. And one of the things that resonates with us, definitely, for sure, is the fact that nothing lasts forever. We can make something memorable and momentous, but at the same time, keep in mind that it don't last forever. It's only momentarily, where a few people see it, your friends, close ones, relatives and whatnot, see it, and then eventually it's forgotten. It drowns out. It drowns in the silence. It drowns in the abyss. It drowns in the crowd with all the overlapping loud noises, right? Stacked on one another, and then slowly disappear in the background, kind of like that. So we don't gotta be so connected and so close with one another. Otherwise, once they're gone, once they depart, it's gonna be really, really difficult. It's gonna be really bitter to grasp. It's gonna be a struggle to grasp, and then you're gonna be miserable in the long run throughout your life. And then when it comes to the inevitable, you know what I'm saying? You take yourself out of this existence. And I think I'll just give a little bit more insights and some words before I end this video. I don't want it to make it too long, and also I don't really remember much, but what I said is pretty much the gist of what he said. I think his video regarding this topic is like more than half an hour, more than 30 minutes if I'm not mistaken. But if T.SIZZLE, if you're watching this and if you remember this and if you can confirm this, because I'm one of your viewers and supporters, subscribe to your channel, but sadly it got taken down after one strike, which is absolute BS and stupid. I even went on Twitter and begged YouTube to return, and it seems like there is not enough. Maybe this series would perhaps coerce and persuade YouTube to return it. Please, YouTube, justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back T.SIZZLE'S channel. It's gonna be the wallpaper of this video, you know. Throughout the course of this video, I'm gonna put it there. You know, justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back T.SIZZLE'S channel. The first wallpaper will be saying that, and then after a while, intermittently, it will go back to the, I mean, it will go to another wallpaper, which is pretty much captions, you know. It's just a black captions on a black screen kind of thing, you know. Yeah, simplistic. But yeah, T.SIZZLE, if you watch this, yeah, I feel terrible, and I'll be one of those that help you bring back your channel, you know. With 3.4k videos, that's a lot of videos, over 3,000. And oh yes, Miles also helps out, you know. He's in the journey, he's in the right with bringing it back, because he's also one of the viewers that goes to T.SIZZLE'S channel and gets his daily dose of T.SIZZLE, you know. A bit of laughter, a bit of wisdom, knowledge, 2 cents and all. And gameplays, music, reaction, you know. He also reacted to a K-pop song. I think it was Blackpink or something, but I didn't watch. And it was like years ago, 9 years ago, I think. He was young. Yeah, when he was still in high school or college, then he reacted, you know. You see, I think it was almost 10 years of content. He accumulated all those views and subscribers and watch hours and whatnot, you know. 9 years worth of content. It's not 6 or 7 years, it's 9 years, you know. Correction. Yeah, I still remember 9 years, man. Almost 10 years, almost a decade worth of content, and then it's just stripped down by YouTube just like that after one strike, which is absolutely bullshit. So please, YouTube, if you're watching this, please, I beg of you, return T.SIZZLE'S channel to him, please. You took it down after one strike, which is absolutely against the policy and is unfair. And I'm giving you this video and more to come to show you that I actually learn. I'm one of the learners of his channel. Okay, when I mentioned it in X, Twitter, that I learned things from his channel, I'm not bullshitting. And even though he posted a lot of videos, unfortunately these are some that I remember. Because, you know, life is busy. How can I remember a lot of things? And then who would have thought that you would take his channel down, right? If we were suspicious of it, we would have like already recorded some, and then maybe we'll make a separate channel and then we re-upload this stuff, you know. Just like countless of other YouTubers and channels that have already taken down their channels. Maybe they stopped posting, they deleted their channel, they deleted their videos, their contents, but then someone else already recorded and then they just re-upload. Yeah. And one of them is like Renegade 1, if I'm not mistaken. And then also a bit of DBDR, you know. Even though DBDR has returned, for some reason I can't find him, but I watch his re-uploads. Yeah, just as an example. So yeah, justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE'S channel, YouTube, please. Other than that, I'm signing out now. Adios. Be you, do you.